What up?
I
What
think I
up?
did.
We
Sorry.
can
Yes,
hear
I
you
was cutting
singing,
up.
I'm
Love the
sorry.
music.
singing
I'm
along.
sorry. I didn't mean to do
Love
that.
it. Now I was singing with you, then doing the salsa.
Oh, that's funny. Okay. Hey, everyone. I would be
Hi.
embarrassed if that wasn't so funny.
That was
All
funny.
right.
I gotta mute Myla. She's talking backstage. All right. So
Uh,
no, you're good. You're good. Don't worry about
Hi,
it.
welcome to Club PK,
What's up?
everybody.
Yeah, man. We having fun, man. We out here. We just
We
having
should
fun.
we should make our
That's
mics
it.
hot during the intro because
I think we
I
should. We should just leave the mic on the whole
yeah,
show
just leave it on.
and
Let's
just
see what
react
happens.
to us. They know
That'll
the
be fun.
song at this point, right? Like, it's
They should. Hopefully.
yeah. Go listen to it. Back to Euphoria. Eric Griggs.
Eric Griggs, yes, it's
Dude
a
is
good one.
dude is nice.
But
This
I
is
was
birth.
singing to our
It was his birthday this week, actually.
oh,
Yeah. Happy
happy birthday,
birthday.
Eric.
Belated. Happy belated.
AKA Bluetooth. For those of you who
Yeah.
know him as Bluetooth.
Blue with the number 2 TH. Bluetooth. Check him out.
Welcome to Club PK, the show where
Welcome.
we talk about the secret lives of pastors' kids.
Welcome.
I don't really have any banter. Let's just
How's it going?
it's
How's
fine.
life?
It's wonderful. Actually, life is fantastic.
Oh, okay.
I'm
Well, there
having
you
a
go.
really great time
Good.
every day.
That hasn't
almost
always been
is a
true.
good time. It has not. So I'm thoroughly enjoying everything right now. I have no complaints at all.
There's something
Um,
about enjoying your work that helps the rest of your life not suck.
That and also there's something about the rest of your life not sucking that also helps you enjoy your work.
It goes both ways for sure. It definitely goes
And
both ways.
both things are happening right now. So
Yeah.
I'm trying to soak it up and soak it in because I know, life ebbs and
Doesn't
flows
last.
and
Yeah.
has peaks and valleys and stuff. So
Peaks and valleys. Yeah.
I'm trying to enjoy the peak while it's
For
here.
sure.
How are you doing?
I'm good. Busy.
Yeah.
But this is the busiest. I probably said this last year too, because it was true last year too. But I'm busier this semester than I was last fall. Fall semester is always busier than the spring semester.
I'm really curious. When's the last time in your life you weren't busy? Exactly. It's been like legitimately, if you think about it, I promise you it's been over a decade. I promise.
Probably when I was in LA.
So how long ago was that?
I left LA in 2010.
So 15 years.
15 years.
Been busy. You've been busy for 15 years.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm glad you're doing well, but I'm looking forward to additional adjectives
Yeah.
in the near future.
I'm having fun. I'm having fun.
That's good. Yeah.
And I'm trying to.
And you didn't say stress. Like busy doesn't mean stressed,
Right.
although you probably are also stressed. But that's not what you said.
Right.
So I'm not trying to say you shouldn't be busy, but I am
Right,
just
right.
I was just curious because you work. You've been and Nixons like to work, so I'm not
which
surprised.
is why I was saying what I was saying before, because we're a working family. We all like
Yeah.
going to work. So that's what I was
We
saying.
enjoy work.
Having a job or having work that you enjoy, because we're gonna work even if the work sucks. We're still gonna do it. So having a job you enjoy helps balance out everything else for us in some ways.
I've
But
had
anyway.
a minimum of 4 jobs since I graduated from college,
Yeah,
which was in 2006. So
so you're going on 20 years of being busy. Talking about me.
no, I'm not busy. I have 5 jobs right now, but I'm not busy. Like I have much better control of my schedule right now, and like
You're aiming for
what I
100
can
job.
do.
How many
I'm
jobs
aiming
you
for
trying to
what?
have? 100 job.
If
No?
I could add another one, I can add another one. I just gotta pay attention to how my body's
get the
feeling.
living color reference. All right. Anyway, moving
Like,
on.
subscribe, and share, everyone.
Say it again.
Like, subscribe, and share,
Yes.
everyone.
Those things.
Yeah, those things.
Those things.
All right, let's do
All
it.
right. Go ahead.
Am I saying the name of the person?
Yeah. Let's go.
So, before the show even started, y'all, we started on accident. So this is gonna be fun. So our guest tonight is Myla Humphrey. She grew up in Berrien Springs, Michigan. She works as an ICU nurse, which I didn't know, and is a third generation PK whose father has been a pastor her entire life. She's the third of 4 children which I hope we get into during this conversation. And her family moved around a lot when she was growing up, which is similar to the life Paul and I and our older brother lived. I feel like we've had multiple guests recently who kind of
Didn't
stayed in the
necessarily
same
move,
area,
Mhm.
which was interesting. I always thought all PKs always moved all the
Thought it was
time, but that's
normal, yeah.
not true. So let's welcome Myla onto the show. Producer, yay! That's a
That was a long.
Hello,
yeah, it's a
Nixons.
small.
There
you
she
go.
goes. Hey,
There we go. Okay, good.
Yay! Welcome.
Hey, thank you.
What's up?
It's
What's
good to
up?
be here.
how's it going?
Fantastic.
It's going good.
My buttons aren't working right. I gotta work around.
We
it.
were
Okay.
cutting up backstage, and I already
a little
got
bit.
muted in the first 5 seconds.
Yeah, we said, hey, you said, hey, mics are hot. you are live. She's
how
dancing in
this
the
is gonna
background.
go.
She's dancing to Eric's music in the background. She's getting it. It's like, hey, man, we just having fun, man. It's just fun.
I
Good
love the
time.
music. You know, Eric's my blood cousin.
I did not know
Blood
that.
I didn't know
on my
that.
dad's side. Blood.
That's crazy. I did not know that.
Yeah. Yes, absolutely.
That doesn't even make any sense.
We're about third. It's about third. He's about my third cousin, I believe, but we're blood related.
Wow.
Unbelievable.
So
Mhm.
I know you sing.
you're still somehow like sane and stable, even though related to Eric. That didn't like bring you
Hey,
down and make you into a
somewhat.
crazy person. I'm just messing around here.
Let's see how we get through this conversation about being a
Right,
PK.
There it is. That's it right there, right?
Exactly. But I am
Mhm.
interested now that I know that, because I know you used to sing. I don't know if you still sing, but I know you at least have musical talent. Do you do anything musically now?
I still sing. Singing has been, so I moved around a lot. Singing has been the most consistent thing in my life.
Interesting.
It's been the stabilizer. I would go into ICU rooms, COVID rooms, and I would have just these dark thoughts, and then I'd just begin to sing,
Mm.
and that stabilized me. So
Wow.
yeah, I continue to sing. I sing at my church. I sing at Riverside Chapel. I'm on the praise team, and
Mhm.
it's one of the things that I believe God has blessed me with to kind of stabilize this experience, especially even being a PK.
Mm-hmm. What city do you live in?
I live outside of Nashville,
Okay.
but I always say Nashville.
Right.
Oh,
right.
that
That's where-
Riverside.
That's what
Mhm.
everybody knows.
That
Nashville,
Riverside,
so,
yes,
Okay.
yes.
That's
Okay.
what's up. I'm glad you still
That's
sing because
interesting.
you got talent. So
Yeah.
keeping
Well,
up with that
thank
is
you.
good stuff.
And I was just talking to April about this the other day. Music for me does that. It brings me back to where I need to be.
Yeah.
So I just find that interesting. I feel like nothing is more powerful than that. And singing in the praise team is the only thing I miss about church. Like the literally only thing I miss
Yeah,
about
it's
church.
therapeutic.
Everything else I'm like,
Yeah, it's
yes,
a
very much
way.
so.
Right. And I love the dawn of the praise team. I don't know if y'all remember, it was just, we used to just sing hymns,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
in certain churches. And
Mhm.
then you started seeing groups, you started seeing 3-part harmony, and then maybe even 4-part, and then you saw a whole group. So I love
Mhm.
that we've transitioned into just transition into a praise team. And we can, just we let loose. We dance, we sing, we shout. It's just a wonderful experience.
Nice. I love that. Okay.
Yeah.
So let's talk about your lovely earrings. Let's start there.
Oh boy.
Let's
Straight
just
out the gate.
Let's just get right into it,
Straight
Myla.
out
We
the gate.
go back. We don't have to mess around. And, you know what I'm saying? Let's just get into it.
I love it. And here's the thing. So I always question everything as a
Yeah.
PK.
Yeah.
I was not the easiest child to raise because I ask questions constantly.
Are we
What's
sisters?
the
What's going on?
difference?
Right. All right.
Exactly. I would see big brooches on someone's chest, and I would say, what's the difference between
Mhm.
that brooch
Mhm.
on their chest and on their ear?
The
And
hats
so,
too.
and let's not talk about the hats laden with gold and jewels.
Yeah, the
Mhm.
hats are
Mhm.
dope
Which I
though.
love.
Yeah,
I
they're dope.
love the
They're dope.
hats.
And
Yes.
the brooches are dope
They're
too.
dope.
I love those too.
Exactly.
And they are custom made.
Mhm.
They have to be.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
That's true.
there's no difference. And so my thing is that, I recently came upon this verse that said, God resists the proud. We
Mm-hmm.
never talk about that. He's
Mm-hmm.
not resisting me because of my earrings.
Mm-hmm.
He
Right.
resists. So we never talk about, I shouldn't say we, but okay, I want to be sensitive to the denomination that I was raised in because that's my
Not
experience.
me.
Okay, right.
Claire's messy. Claire's messy, Myla. Don't let her bring you down
Please do not
into
take
the
me down that
depths.
path. We'll get there. We will get there, Claire. Because I'm ready for that conversation.
Mhm.
But my father's been in ministry for 60 years as a preacher, and I'm 46, so I've had years to watch this
Mm-hmm.
experience
Mm-hmm.
within the Seventh Day Adventist denomination. And so jewelry was often talked about, not as much now,
Mm-hmm.
but heart postures were not really discussed. Pride.
Yeah.
And one thing you don't want, a being that you do not want resisting you is God. That's one thing.
That's the one, isn't it?
Right.
Like,
Right.
if there's one person that ain't on my side, that's the one right
Right.
there. Like,
Exactly. I got to have you on my side.
yeah.
So, yeah.
That's a good point. You know, I mentioned that this past week I started a Bible study with my dad, and we're specifically talking to college students, and adults literally aren't invited. We've had people say, "Ooh, can I come?" And I'll be like, "No, you're the wrong age group.
No,
We don't want
that's right.
40-somethings. These are for 20-somethings." So anyway,
Right.
that's one of the things that I said. We're talking about. Somebody asked, help us navigate this whole relationship with the law thing that we have in our church, and one of the things I said was, it goes both ways. It's not just don't do what the commandment tell you not to do. It's also there are no commandments for some things you also shouldn't do, right? So it's like it's not enough, and like it's just not a good encapsulator of an experience. So the example I used was pride. I was like, there is no specific commandment against pride. Does that make pride okay?
Right.
And of course not.
It's
So
a sneaky one.
yeah, so
Yeah.
of course not. So it's like
Right.
that's not really a good target, right? It's not really the list that we should be paying attention to as much as we do, so on and so forth. So anyway, the pride thing is interesting. God resists the proud,
Yeah.
not God resists the jeweled.
Right, exactly. Yeah. But
And talking
pride
about
can
heart-
be hidden.
Right.
Talking
Right.
about the posture of the heart, I feel like now that you've
Yeah.
said this, Paul, because I think a lot of the times we do target the 10 Commandments specifically and try to avoid those. I wish there was more discussion and more emphasis on the fruit of the Spirit.
Yeah.
Like you hear about them now and then,
Yeah.
but you don't hear about them nearly as much as you hear about what not to do. And that easily can set up someone to resent what you're teaching them. Because it's not only not the full picture, but it's also not the most important thing in the story.
It's not the target
Yeah.
at all.
It's not the target, but
Not the target.
sometimes we make it the target just by how much we talk about it and focus on
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
What-
Love, joy, peace. Nobody wants to be around an angry Christian. It's an oxymoron. That
Right.
doesn't make sense. You have no
Right.
love, you have no joy, you have no peace, but you're following a regiment and you're
Mhm.
going through the motions.
Mhm.
I'm not married, but I know, Paul, you are. Who, as a married person, wants somebody that just goes through the motions and said, no, on Tuesday we do this.
Mhm.
No.
Right.
I actually use marriage as an example too. Just like this is really silly, but that was my point, right? Imagine if I wrote on the mirror in my bathroom, "You promise not to cheat on your wife." And then I'm there in the morning, I'm brushing my teeth, and I'm like, "Oh, that's right.
What you been
Okay,
thinking about?
let me just make
Right.
sure I don't like. Really, is that what we're?
You need to be reminded.
do I
as you brush
do I
your
need that
teeth?
reminder? Is the vow that I took the thing
There
that's
you
keeping
go.
me from cheating
Right.
on my wife? If it is,
The
we got
thing-
problems.
The thing that's funny
Oh,
about
yeah.
that is I just imagine Tiana walking in while you're brushing your teeth and seeing that. Like, what's
How
her
would she
response?
respond to
gonna
that?
be?
How would my wife respond
What?
to the fact that I need that reminder? Like, what would that?
That's the joke right there.
I mean, so yeah. All right. So what was there? Is that a change for you? Is that something different? Let me ask the question differently. Has your perspective on this kind of thing changed in your life at some point where like perhaps before you would have been like, I would never get my ears pierced, but now you've got jewelry on, kind of thing, or is something else? But is there any kind of difference
Yeah,
in
so
the way you see things?
it's several things. It's cultural as well. So like, so I'll start with the cultural. Um, uh, so you all were talking about working. I'm a workaholic, and there are some aspects of work where I have developed a masculine stance,
Mm.
and one of the things that pulls me back into a feminine stance is glittery, shiny things. I just like it. It's beautiful. It's feminine. It's fun. And so it's a pushback on that as
Mm-hmm.
well.
Mm-hmm.
But it's also I I hate to say it, but maybe a contrarian because I want to expose the hypocrisy.
You're a troublemaker.
I want to have this discussion
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
because it's easy to isolate jewelry.
Mm-hmm.
God is and point that out. Where I really don't know where we got that from.
Right.
There's
First of
some
all.
things in Leviticus, right? Exactly. But God is lavish, streets of gold, like He
Mm-hmm.
Right.
is flamboyant. He likes
Exactly.
shiny things.
Mm-hmm.
The water sometimes looks like crystals if you go to the right place. And so it's not really about God. He is concerned. Man looks on the outward appearance. God
Mm-hmm.
looks on our hearts.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And so definitely how I was raised, this is kind of a pushback. My father was, you're in rebellion. Oh, you would love to hear some of the conversations that we have. But he's easy on me. He's not too hard on me. But it's not necessarily rebellion. It is to highlight a broader discussion about heart posture.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And here's the thing. You can say that we have the truth, but at the end of the day, you can speak with tongues of angels. You can cast out devils,
Mm-hmm.
but if you do not have love as a heart posture, he'll say, I don't know you.
Right.
Which
Literally,
is
you're a
crazy to
stranger to
me.
me.
That I
Yeah.
love that. I love that. If you think about it, narratively, think about it in terms of a story, right? Jesus says all these people can do these amazing things, and then he's gonna be like, I don't know who you are. Get away from me, you workers of iniquity, right? Think about the narrative of that person. This is a person who grew up in the church, perhaps, and
Yes.
pursued a career in church stuff, and then is a
Yes.
successful church person. Jesus
Right.
doesn't say you tried to cast out demons and it didn't work. Right?
Right.
Right.
You tried to heal the sick and they stayed sick. No, they worked. You did it. You were successful. So you're going through all the motion, and it looks good. Like, it looks really good.
Yeah.
And you're successful as a church person. At the end of the day, he's like, I don't even know who you are.
Right.
So it's like,
At the end of the day, right, exactly. At the end of the day, and I look at church differently.
right.
This whole experience is about a king and his kingdom, and he wants
Mm-hmm.
his kingdom back.
Mm.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Which is
It's
us.
not
Right.
right. It's not. Yes, we are the body of Christ, and the powers of hell will not prevail against his church. But at the end of the day, it's about what he wants. And right now, he wants a harvest. He wants his harvest. He said, the harvest is plentiful, but the laborers are few. Jesus would not have gone through everything that he went through for souls not to be coming in at the droves, for us not to be having conversations about what he did.
Mm-hmm.
And so if if the jewelry is a block to you having a conversation about what Jesus did for someone and how he loves them and being a laborer, then you're not a part of the kingdom's plan.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'm just thinking back to. Actually, I want to play something here. I'm gonna play a really short clip here, Myla, and ask you to respond to what we see here. All right. Check this out.
My dad is a very good liar, very charismatic. will look you dead in your eye and tell you a lie from the pits of hell.
Is your dad living?
Yeah, he's living. Oh yeah.
You know he's listening to this.
I know. Oh, he know who he is.
Okay.
My daddy know he ain't bleepity bleep. Like he knows. Like.
But have you healed from what happened?
No.
You have not.
No.
And the reason why I asked that is 83%, Jesse. 83% of adult preachers' kids don't go to church.
I definitely be going to Bedside Baptist.
Yes.
I come here sometimes.
Yes, in the spirit. In the spirit.
I don't know. I don't know if that stat is accurate. But
my thought was, where did you get that number from? But anyway.
Yeah, I don't know if that number is accurate. Right. But my question isn't really about the number, but the concept I think is true. Yeah. I think a lot of adult PKs have left church and all that kind of stuff. Many. I don't know if it's most. I don't know what the number is. But what do you think? What do you think about that?
Oh man, you know what's interesting? This is prophetic to me because I just finished watching that clip like a day ago.
Oh, did you really?
I just kept watching it. Absolutely. I was floored when you showed it to me because it totally resonates.
Wow.
One of the things and one of the questions you all had mentioned earlier in our emails together was, what do you wish you had been taught as a pastor's kid? And that's one thing, is power. People don't want to come to church and have no power and go home to a devil that they're fighting.
Right.
I can sing. I love good singing. I love good preaching. But if it doesn't deliver me from something that I have to deal with on the job or deal with some mental health issue or anxiety, why am I coming here? Church is a hospital. And so I think that if that statistic is true, that 83% are not coming back, one, because they see the hypocrisy, which she mentioned about her father. And I want to talk about that, but it's also, there's no power. Laodicea. We have a form of godliness, but denying the power thereof. In Mark 16, it says, we will lay hands on the sick and they shall recover. I want to see that happen. We will cast out devils. And I'm a contrarian. I went on a social media site and I said, when was the last time you were at an Adventist church and they casted out a demon?
Never. I've never seen that. I don't think.
And people were like, one of my friends, exactly, never. Some people were saying never. And then one gentleman said, well, I did early in my ministry. I said, why aren't you doing it now? When demons have even more access to us with the cell phone. There's more going on now because of social media and access than I believe back when Jesus was casting out demons. And he's coming soon. And so that there's no power. And you would be surprised the people that are struggling with demonic oppression in even our church.
Wow. I don't think
but I want to go deeper. Yeah. What'd you say, Claire?
Go deeper how? Go deeper how? I want to know what you're about to say.
I want to go deeper. So Paul talks about in Ephesians 4, he talks about the fivefold ministry. Some are apostles, some are teachers, some are preachers, some are evangelists, and some are prophets. We have just put everybody in the box of preacher.
Right.
And maybe evangelists.
In particular in the African American church.
Yes.
For sure. Because the level of, I feel like, almost idolatry that we place on Black ministers in Black communities is a little scary to me. Wow. Like, it's really scary. Like, I feel like Black preachers aren't allowed to be just people.
Human beings.
Yeah. They're not allowed.
It is absolutely idolatry because when and even if you're quoting this person more than the Bible, and you're not referencing what the Bible says, but yet you must walk a straight line as a Black preacher. You're being watched constantly,
super scrutinized. Yeah. Right.
You're super scrutinized. But one of the reasons why I think that there's an issue that's going on is that some preachers were not meant to be preachers. They They're apostles.
Go write something.
My father's a preacher, but I think he's more of an apostle. He thinks globally.
Yeah.
Right.
He thinks he's a builder. Pastors are Psalm 23. They have their flock, and they're not necessarily ambitious. Because ambition will take them away from their flock. And then you have, like, you and Claire, y'all, there are teachers, and there are a lot of preachers that are really supposed to be teachers.
Right.
So when you put everybody in the pastor preacher box, there, and don't get me started with prophets, because prophets are very uncomfortable. Think about Elisha. Some people say Elisha. Elisha was going to tell you. Gehazi went back to Naaman and said, by the way, my master is kind of wanting some money. He cursed him with the leprosy that was supposed to be on Naaman. And so prophets are going to tell you things that you do not want to hear. And so we've put everybody in a box and not allowed the fivefold ministry that Paul talks about in Ephesians 4 to come forward. And that's why there's also criticism, because you have an apostle who's global, who wants to travel, who wants to build, who has and nothing wrong with ambition, who has ambitions about building things. But the flock is like, what about us? And so that's a lot of the conflict as well.
And sometimes you have evangelists who are, running a church. It's two totally different skill sets.
Yeah, it is.
It's a different skill set.
Yeah.
Totally different. So like you're saying, you have a flock that's not being fed because this person has an evangelist mindset. They're just bringing people in, but they're not leading anybody anywhere. Like, those are two different things.
Shepherding.
Like, yeah. Wow.
So this is reminding me of something. I have a prayer list that I don't go over every day, but I've been going over it lately. And I read something this morning that I forgot I'd written, which basically says, help me not to choose my limited imagination over your limitless possibilities. And this kind of reminds me of this, because I think this conversation is making me think our church is so small-minded.
Yeah.
We think very small. We only think in one lane. And because we only think in one lane, we ostracize, demonize, I don't know the word I want to use, marginalize all the other stuff that is just as legitimate.
Right. Because it doesn't fit
not
to the
more
one you picked.
Depending on the community and the audience.
Yeah.
So I feel like we're really hurting ourselves. And I'm thinking, I guess, specifically about our universities, where when you are a theology major, that means one thing, basically.
That means one thing.
And it should really mean a bunch of things.
That's right.
Honestly, I mean, just based on this conversation, which is literally from the Bible, it should mean a lot of different things. And I wonder how many more people would go into some form of ministry if ministry was more than just having a church. I don't want no church.
Right.
Like, there's so many people who are theology majors who don't want to have churches, but there's no other. What else are they going to do?
No other lane. Yeah.
There's no other lane for them to be in.
Yeah.
That's deep.
Yeah. I was thinking about this week, actually. It's so interesting how attuned our mindset is that there was a school of the prophets, and Samuel was a part of a company of prophets. Elisha was a part of a company of prophets. Well, see, if you isolate prophecy to one person from the 1900s, then you have therefore snuffed out the gifts of others who may have the gift of prophecy. You are directly ignoring Joel 2:28, which says that my spirit will fall on all flesh. And your sons and your daughters will prophesy. Not just one daughter. No, that's not biblical.
Right.
So, and Claire, to your point, our limited thinking is not only limited, it is dangerous, because what you're doing is you're hiding your talent. And when he comes back, you're not going to be able to say, well, they wouldn't let me prophesy. I wasn't trained. No, you hid your talent. And there will be, yes. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
So yes, but also it's more than just someone hiding something. It's something being snuffed out of somebody.
Yes.
So earlier you said that as a kid you asked a lot of questions, which makes me think you were a very curious person. And I'm a very curious person as well. But I wasn't taught that curiosity was good. I was taught that curiosity was dangerous. I was taught not to ask questions because questions might take you away from the church or whatever. And I was like, that never made any sense to me.
Right.
At all. So it didn't make me less curious. It just meant I couldn't explore my curiosity.
Right.
So I wasn't trying to hide anything.
Yeah, you're still you. You just couldn't be yourself.
I just couldn't be myself. Yeah, that's exactly what it felt like. I couldn't be myself, which made me feel like, oh, this might not be the community for me. Because they're not welcoming me. They're not accepting me. Right. I know this isn't a bad thing. I know it's not bad.
Right.
But when it's not accepted, it makes you feel small and it makes you feel devalued. And I don't do that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I don't you can't do that for long. You can't do that for long. You can do it for a while, but it'll start to kill you if you stay in it. You have to go.
And that's the other thing that what you just said reminded me of. We actually got to take a commercial break here in just a second. But what you just said reminded me of this other thing that I encounter a lot in my profession. You know, working with university students, is students studying something because somebody told them to.
Right.
And they don't even know how to explore finding the Lord's will for them, or even starting with what I want to do and kind of seeing where it goes. Like they don't do it. They don't do any of that. It's like, why are you a biology major? Well, my mom told me. Okay, I'm not want to talk to you anymore.
Right. Either a doctor or a lawyer.
That's it. That's it. It's like, and we still hear it. Parents be like, well, you can go wherever you want. My money's going to wherever. Right?
Exactly.
It's like,
right.
Does the kid get to have some autonomy?
Which is a threat. It's an actual threat.
It's a threat.
It's a threat.
It is.
How about let me show you how to listen to the voice of the Lord.
Right.
And let's send the money there wherever he says to go.
Well,
let's do that.
That's the part. Listening to the voice of the Lord. A lot of us can't hear.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know how to. We're not taught to listen in many cases.
We're not taught to listen, and He speaks. In Job 33, it says that God speaketh once, yea, twice, but man perceives it not. In a vision, in a dreams, we have no dream interpretation. Mm-hmm. King Solomon's future and his path, his destiny was determined in a dream.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So to your point, if you're not teaching your kids to listen to their dream and to listen to him, they'll miss it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And end up in a job they hate.
Right.
With a job they hate.
And for 20 years and miserable and
student loans.
And then if student loans you don't want to pay back.
Right.
Right.
And then they're self-medicating, and we're like, stop drinking. Like, I'm drinking because of you. Like, you the one you the one who put me on the path that led me to the bottle. I'm getting messy now. Let's take a real quick commercial break. We'll be back with more. We haven't asked any of the questions on our list.
No, they suck. This is so much better.
we just talking. We're just talking. All right, we'll be right back with more from Myla.
This episode of Club PK is brought to you by Birthright Soups, the first biblically themed soup restaurant where you have to barter with the person to your right for each bite.
That's right, Claire. When we went there with our brother John, we all tried to pick up the check. We were all convinced that we owed our siblings more than they deserved to receive.
The lentil soup is my personal favorite. Chock full of carrots, celery, and onions, and of course, delicious lentils. And oh yeah, the fat back.
Fat back?
Yep, and it's made with real lard.
Wait a minute. I thought you said this was biblically themed. Israelites didn't eat pork.
True, but the Edomites did. They were the children of Esau.
Well, this commercial just took a turn. Wait, did the soups we ate when we were there have pork in them too?
Absolutely. Weren't they delicious?
Yeah, they were, but I don't dine on swine.
You do now.
Oh man, I've eaten pork. How is this going to impact my salvation?
It won't. It has nothing to do with your status as a child of God at all. You should probably reread the book of Romans.
Good idea. Well, I'm convinced. These soups are delicious, and eating pork doesn't impact my salvation. You know, Esau might have had a point.
Don't take it too far.
Listen, I'm not saying we agree with Esau, but I understand. Birthright soups. Stews so good, you'll side with Esau. Always grateful for our
I don't remember that.
always grateful for our
I love it.
for our sponsors.
I didn't realize the whole. So earlier, Paul said to me,
I told
just so
you.
y'all know, earlier, Paul said to me, our commercial is going to be controversial. You said something. It's going to offend some people.
Something's gonna
and I
offend
was
some
like,
people.
why? And he said, because we talk about pork. And I was like, who cares? No big deal. And I didn't realize the whole commercial
whole
was about
commercial.
pork. That was the whole thing. I don't remember that at all.
It's the whole commercial.
That's funny. And then we said, go back and read
I
Romans.
see
And
I'm
then we
in
just
the
ended
right
commercial.
chat. I'm in the right chat room. Oh.
Oh, man.
It's
Good
funny.
times.
Oh,
Woo! Yeah, thank you to our sponsors, the Birthright Soups. We appreciate you.
yeah, man. Side with Esau. Go get you some lentils. Lentils are delicious, by the way.
They're so. I
They
have
really
lentils
are.
every morning.
Done
my
right.
Literally.
my mother-in-law,
Yeah.
she made some lentils for my son, and I be eating them. But I'm saying, like, that was a video I got off of some generic media website or whatever. But like her lentil soup actually, or stew actually looks like that. Just like the carrots and the onions and the
So
seasonings and
good.
stuff. Oh, it's so good. Oh my goodness. Put on some
Delicious.
rice. Mm.
Woo!
Yeah.
Mm.
I know.
Or a baked potato, actually.
A baked potato.
Oh, I haven't
Yeah.
tried that.
I haven't either. That's a good
Good.
idea.
Nice.
I got that from Erin. She said as a kid on Friday nights, they used to have baked potato, lentils, and cottage cheese on top instead of sour cream.
I haven't
It's
done that either.
legitimately delicious.
Very nice.
I have not done
It's
that
really
either.
good.
Wow.
It's really good. Anyway. Okay, so Myla, I want to ask you, how did you get into what is it that you do?
She's
ICU
an
nursing?
ICU nurse.
Yeah.
How did you get into that? And my second question is, my second question is, are you okay? Like, is your mental health all right? I was going to assume that it was fine, but how do you do that? How do you work in an ICU and stay mentally and emotionally healthy?
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that's a good question. I'm rarely asked that question. And
It's the first thing that came to mind, because when I saw that, I was like, I can't do that job. Like, you have to be special or have some kind of resources that I don't have, because that's deep. ICU is no joke.
Yeah.
And that's where you work.
This was God ordained. I'm not going to go too deep, but I was definitely put into that. You're going to be a lawyer. Okay. So in 2008, I graduated from law school, and that's when
you actually went to law school.
There were job freezes. I did.
Oh wow.
And graduated.
Wow.
No one would hire me. I couldn't pay anyone to hire me. I went into a depression, couldn't study for the bar. That's still an ongoing thing for me. And I said, what profession will this never happen to? Is recession proof. Now, AI, I'm not going to go there, but for now, we're recession proof with nurses. And so that's what got me into nursing. But once I got into nursing, I have seen the power of God move. He's a miracle working God. And I want to tell you all, just when I worked COVID, I want to just give you an example. I had, so whenever an ICU patient went on the ventilator and had COVID, their lungs will get used to the ventilator doing the work for them. So their lungs said, I don't need to work anymore.
So we
So I don't know if anyone told you, but once they got on that vent, they were not coming off.
Wow.
It was like a death sentence.
Wow.
And so I was in Louisiana. I was at a Catholic hospital, and I had a patient. I do a lot of traveling nurses, so they usually like to give us the patients that are about to die. No one's going to say that, but I walked in on a patient that they were going to withdraw care and withdraw the ventilator. And the family was just calling people saying she's going to go. She's been on the ventilator. She had been on the ventilator for 3 weeks. And something arose in my spirit in that darkness. And I said, let's see what God's going to do. God's the final say. And this Asian nun, about 100 pounds soaking wet. She didn't understand me. I didn't understand her. She was speaking Southernese. I think she was from China. But I felt the power of God on that woman. And I walked outside the room and she saw my face and she said, you want to pray? And we prayed together as they were withdrawing care from this patient. Withdrawal of care means to take off the ventilator. You're shutting everything down. They're going to go within 5 minutes. After we prayed, I went back in the room and I started seeing her finger move. And I said, is that what I think it is? So the family's mourning. They're calling. One even made funeral arrangements.
Wow.
I said, Then I started seeing her leg move.
So she was unable to move with the ventilator on?
She was unable to move with the ventilator on.
So you took the ventilator off and she starts moving.
Well, she was also under succinylcholine, which was, you can't move at all. Okay. So it was drugs as well.
Right.
But they just knew that she was going, and she began to move. And I called her name, which, I need to protect names. But I said, do you hear me? And I said, turn this way. And she turned.
Wow.
Long story short, made a complete recovery. The nun called me and said, this person just got discharged from rehab. And that's just one story of how I see the power, how I've seen the power of God move. So I've told people, people have said, Myla, is everything spiritual with you? And I say, yes.
Of course. Yeah, it has to be.
Because it saved my life. Seeing the power of God, Claire, in answer to your question, protected my sanity. Because I was able to see him move in a miraculous way before my eyes. Not what we talk about, not what we preach about. I was able to see him move in a miraculous way. And that saved my sanity.
And you know what's interesting? Because when I asked that mental health question, my assumption was it's all doom and gloom in there. It didn't even occur to me. Like, I didn't even think, oh, God works in there. I didn't even think that.
I was in ICU.
Love it. I love it.
Yes, you were.
I was in ICU. I was in ICU for like 2 weeks.
I don't remember seeing you in ICU.
Were you?
After the accident in 2001, I was in ICU for like 2 weeks.
That's right. I remember that accident.
Yeah, it was like 15 days or something like that. Yeah. I was in ICU. Some people get out of there.
But my point is,
there's recovery. Yeah, there's recovery.
My point is, I'm just exposing my own thinking because I think my thinking is common.
But I see.
Which is once something gets to a certain point, somebody's dead. Period.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's not true.
Right.
It can be true, but it's not always true. And the fact that thought didn't even enter my mind is saying something about my own thinking and about the power of the Holy Spirit and about what that power can actually accomplish and like where my thinking first goes to logic before it goes to
miracle
spirit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I think that's a common problem in the thinking of people, but in particular in the thinking of Christians who we say we believe, but in the moments where we need to believe the most, we turn to what's more comfortable, which in my case is logic. For other people, it might be something else, but for me, it's logic.
Yeah.
That was just interesting to me. That was a great answer.
We have a
Yeah,
chapter. We have a
thank you,
chapter
and
on this
thank
in
you
our
for
book.
asking that.
Yeah, that was a good question. But we have a chapter on this in our book, and we're actually studying this chapter right now in two of my classes called Ridiculous Prayers. And just the basic concept of the chapter is pray for stuff you think is impossible.
Yes,
Really, I
that's
mean,
right.
that's the basic concept. You think it's impossible, pray for it anyway. In fact, go find something that's impossible and add it to your list.
Right.
Because whether God does it or not, that's not the point. The idea is to expand your thinking and to think bigger than your thinking, right? Because God can do
Yeah.
whatever He wants. So I think we have in our book. I think we have a suggestion for how to write a prayer list, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. So the prayer
What's
list
the
that I
name of your
brought up
book?
earlier, when I was talking earlier about that's the prayer list that I started based on
God is a
this chapter
person.
that
Love
Paul and
it.
I wrote together, and I was reading through it this morning, trying to remind myself of, because I also like to have a prayers answered list, so I don't forget what the Lord has done, which is really helpful when I'm feeling doubtful or discouraged or whatever. Just go back to what He's already done. And it's like, oh yeah, like duh, why am I tripping about this? So I was reading through it, and I was actually amazed at a lot of the things I'd written. I was like, this is I don't even think I knew what I was writing when I was writing it. But now that I'm looking back at it, I'm like, yo, the Lord is amazing. Like, I can't even give myself
Period.
credit for any of it, because some of that stuff that I
Yeah.
wrote, I think the Lord was just speaking to me.
Yes.
And I just happened to write it down. I don't even think I necessarily believed it at the time.
Yeah.
But that's kind of like the journey of faith. The journey of of faith often starts with skepticism and doubt.
Right.
And then you keep going and keep going and keep going, and then it turns into something bigger and stronger. But I always think doubt is a part of the faith journey. I mean, it kind of has to be at some point in order for your faith to get stronger. But yeah, like just praying things that are ridiculous and things that are impossible. The point of prayer is communication and relationship anyway. So to Paul's point earlier, if you don't get the thing that you're asking for, that's not the point. The point is getting to know a person. Who's the person that I'm talking to, and how do I strengthen my relationship with that person? Well, communicate, be transparent, pray with urgency. That's the other thing. Pray with urgency. Pray like it's important. Pray like it's an emergency, because it is an emergency. Even if it's small, it's an emergency, because it's more about your relationship with a person than it is about the thing that you're praying for or about.
Right.
And
I love what you said. Sorry, Paul, go ahead.
Go ahead.
I love what you said, because as you all were talking and you said, ask God for big things, I really got a visual of Jesus on the cross. Think of the person you love the most hanging by a thread, basically, ridiculed, spat upon, plucked his beard out, pierced him in the side. Did it have to be that much?
He could have just died, right? Like you
tortured
him first.
Right. Right. Did you have to torture him?
Right.
And it's one thing where you are being disrespected, tortured, beat, killed, and not have power to take yourself down off that cross. It's another thing when you can call a legion of angels and strike everybody and say, I'm done with this.
Right.
I don't need to
immediately
out of here.
Right.
So the same God that would stay on that cross and that would see the most precious thing to him suffer, the sacrifice he made, why won't we ask for everything?
Yeah, why not?
If he would give his only son,
right,
how all the more would he not give us all things?
Right.
And so it's disrespectful to not ask for everything.
And I also think that the more you ask, the more you communicate, the more your relationship gets stronger, the more your requests change too.
Right.
Because your heart, the posture of your heart starts to look more like the posture of Christ's heart.
Right.
So even the things that you're asking for look different. That only happens through relationship, and relationship can only happen through communication. You got to talk, and you got to be honest and transparent. And you can't change things that you don't I don't think you can change things that you don't acknowledge. So even in prayer, the things that you're afraid to say,
Yeah.
or the things that other people have told you you're not supposed to say or not supposed to think, say those things too, because God can handle it. He can handle it. He can
You
handle
got
it.
to.
Yeah, you
Because he
have
sees
to.
it anyway. He
Exactly.
Right.
sees the
Thank you.
ought in your
Right.
heart against it anyway.
You're not
And even
hiding.
Jesus said,
Exactly.
my God, why have you forsaken me?
Mm-hmm. You're not hiding it.
Not at all.
At all.
Yeah. Wow. It's turned into a
What is this?
prayer meeting. I want to ask you about. I'm looking at the clock here. We got about 10 minutes. I want to ask you about what? I told
Just
you we're
because
gonna run out of
time goes
time.
too fast.
I
It
told you we're
always
gonna run out of
goes too
time.
fast.
We never have enough time. You know why we don't have enough time? Because this platform doesn't exist anywhere else. So nowhere else are PKs allowed to talk about their PK-ness. And for
Right.
most of our guests, this is the first time I've ever done anything like this. Nobody asks us what we
it's
think.
true. Thank you for
Nobody's,
this space.
you know what I'm saying?
What?
Nobody's asking
That
us what.
part.
They're not saying what's life like for you.
That
Nobody's saying that. So then,
part.
an hour's not enough. You could be 9 years old. An hour's not enough.
Right.
Right.
So, anyway, but I want to ask you about, because you're a like a seeker and a curious person and a questioner. What did rebellion look like for you?
Give us the juice, Myla. Give us the juice.
I saw no power in my church. So I have confessed about this. I sought other aspects of power. When I lived in Los Angeles, I was a traveling nurse out there and decided to stay. So I began to look into crystals, sage, for power, to try to understand.
When you were doing that, did you still consider yourself a member of the Christian church, or was that kind of a departure?
This is when I learned that there can be mixture.
Okay.
You can still feel as if you are a Christian, but seeking outside sources of power. And the Lord has taken me on a journey that he said, wait a minute. Everything you need is in my word. You don't have to go outside my word. You just haven't been taught that. And so when the Lord brought me out of, I threw away all the crystals, sage, everything. This has been just a purge for me. The last 5 years has just been a purge for me. And I said, all right, God. He said, when are you going to choose me? And I said, all right, I'm 10 toes down, but I can't do this on my own. One of the last things, and I'll tell you this from a PK experience, and I've spoken about this at my church, was that, and I prayed about whether I should share this, but I'm going to, because I believe it will help someone, was that I was raised in Berrien Springs, Michigan, where there was a theological atmosphere. Most of the pastors that we know now passed through Berrien Springs to get their masters. And my father was at one of the preaching at a pastor at one of the prominent churches there. And I was 9 years old. And I went over a friend's house who was a fellow PK. And I was introduced to pornography.
At 9?
At 9.
Incredible.
Yeah. And it started years of struggle for me. Women do struggle with some things like that.
For sure.
And I've been told not to say it. I've been told you're advertising as a woman. by
I,
mentioning
What does that
that.
mean?
I
What does that
disagree.
even mean?
I disagree completely.
You're advertising your proclivity to be
No,
drawn to things like that.
no.
You see what I'm saying?
No.
So I've been told not to share that, even by people close to me. But the Lord came to me and said, when are you going to choose me? There's something broken in you that would seek that. Let me heal it. Let me
Right.
fix it. And when I tell y'all, he's the best thing that's ever happened to me. That if he could deliver me from something that got introduced to me at 9, that it's been so hard to get rid of, that he can do anything in my life. And yeah.
Because also, I think when something is introduced, and by the way, thank you for sharing that story.
Yes, thank you.
And in spite of the advice you've been given,
Yeah.
because I think the only way to, not the only way, one of the best ways to find community is to find people who have struggled with the same thing you're struggling with. Like, how did you overcome? Like, that's how relationships begin. So I think talking about stuff is important. When something is introduced to you at that young of an age, your brain is literally still cooking.
Yes,
Yeah.
it gets
Like, it's
wired
just
in
started
there.
cooking.
It
So
gets
it
wired in
becomes
there.
part
Yep.
of you.
Yes.
Whether you did it to yourself or someone, or like, it doesn't matter. It becomes part of you. So I completely
Yeah.
understand that it would take decades
Yes.
to correct.
To undo that, yeah.
Yeah, it would take decades, and it's something you can't do. You can't do that. You can't correct that because it's now part of
Yeah.
the fabric of who you are. The only person that can do that is God. And I also think that I'm a strong believer in that sometimes you have to leave. Okay, I'm going to say it just the way that I thought it.
Just say it.
Sometimes you have to leave the Lord to find the Lord.
Mm.
Sometimes you have to burn something to the ground and start from scratch.
Yeah.
Sometimes you have to unlearn a bunch of stuff to learn the right stuff.
Yeah.
And so, people who leave the church or who try different things, I'm like, when I hear those stories, I'm like, I'm not even tripping about that. Because you're still alive and a person, you're still journeying. And if that's the chapter you were in, that's the chapter you were in. And I doubt that you would be so close to the Lord now if you hadn't gone through that chapter.
Right.
Because sometimes you
No
have to
doubt
know
about
the other stuff isn't what I thought it was. So
Right.
let me go back to the
Right.
original thing
Right.
and try it for
Right.
real. You know what I'm saying? Like, some people just have to do that sometimes. And I think it just builds
Period.
stronger faith and stronger relationships. So I don't think it's something to be ashamed of. I don't think it's something to hide. I hope
Thank you.
that more of your community and your family and friends empathize, first of all, but secondly, encourage you to share the stories like that, because that's how you're going to find other people who have been through the same kind of stuff or who are currently going through the same kind of stuff, and they don't know what to do. People don't know what to do.
And see, I want
No,
to say,
you're right.
yeah, and I want to further affirm your choice to share that with us, and thank you again, because that's super personal, obviously, but powerful for somebody. And you were talking earlier about how our church has no power. There's power in community. I mean, right? I mean, there's power in shared
Authentic
experience.
community.
Yes.
There's power in shared experience, and somebody listening right now is struggling with pornography,
Right.
Yeah.
and doesn't see a light at the end of the tunnel.
Right.
And Myla's telling you she was 9.
And I want to
And
tell
she's
you,
on the other side of that thing. And so, I mean, so there's
Yeah.
power in knowing it's possible. There's power in it's not just me. There's power, all that stuff. There's power in that shared experience. Because again, you are not capable of fixing that problem.
no,
You don't have the ability. You're not strong enough.
no.
Also, sometimes you don't even want to. Sometimes you just
That's
give
the
up and
other
it's like,
thing.
oh, well, I guess this is just it, because I
That's the
can't,
other
This is just
But see,
it.
I
Yeah.
think that comes from a lack of power, or at least a perception of a lack of power, right? When we think that we think there is no solution, it's like, well, okay, forget it. I'm just going to be this person now, and we're not even fighting it anymore.
Right.
So yeah, that's the This is turning.
Y'all
into
had touched on some two things
Mhm.
that helped me through this process. I don't want to leave that loop
Sure.
untied for those who are listening who are struggling with pornography. You know, like you said, Claire, sometimes you just have to burn it all down. I said, God, I don't know how to stop this. This was introduced to me so young. And there was a time where I couldn't go to sleep.
Mm.
And so he said, stop trying to fight it and just spend time with me.
Mm.
Don't try to fight it.
That's a word.
Just spend time in my presence. And let me begin to peel back the layers and free you of this. And that's what he's done.
There's I heard somebody say this recently. God's response to the struggling sinner is not try harder.
Right.
Facts.
It's not.
It's also not.
It's
also not condemnation, and it's not criticism.
Right.
It's just
come closer.
Come to me. That's
come
it.
closer.
Come to me. There you go. That's right.
Come closer.
That's it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah.
Stop trying to fight it.
Dope.
Just spend time with me. That's amazing.
Yep.
That's amazing.
That's why he said my yoke is easy. Trying to fight that is an impossible.
It's not possible.
That's right.
So let it go.
Wow.
And just hang out with the Lord more. Whatever, you know what I'm saying? That's it.
That's amazing.
And then just watch him do whatever.
That's right.
Whatever he's gonna do.
Whatever he's
That's
gonna
right.
do. And one day you'll wake up and be like, wait a minute, I went to sleep last night.
Yeah. And I'm okay.
With no problem.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's right. And that's exactly how it happened.
Yeah.
Wow.
And you don't even realize it sometimes.
He has freed me for years now.
Wow.
Many decades of journey for me. I have been free for years now. And it's because just spending time in his presence, not trying to fight it.
Right.
I don't understand it, but just spending time with him.
That's good, Doc.
Wow.
Yeah.
This says, ask and it will be given to you, seek and you will find, knock and the door will be opened. For everyone who asks receives, the one who seeks finds, and to the one who knocks the door will be opened. So just knock and look and listen.
Yeah.
You can do that. No matter what other stuff you're struggling with.
Right. I love that.
You know, just make your to-do list that small thing. Just knock and look and seek, and that's it. Don't try to do anything else.
Right. Yeah.
And everything else will take care of itself. Or the Lord will take care of everything else, rather.
Right. For you.
He absolutely will.
For you.
Yep.
In your stead.
And it wasn't a condemnation.
Exactly.
He didn't beat me up.
Right. That's the beautiful thing, Myla, because the invitation to come closer when he knows you're broken, right?
Yes.
He knows.
Exactly.
I'm jacked up. And he's like, come on.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
Very gentle. Very gentle.
Work with you.
I wish we had more gentleness.
It's one of the fruits of the spirit.
It's one of the things.
A piece of the fruit.
Yeah.
It is. Yeah. It's one of the things that I'm trying to just be more gentle. It's so much easier to choose to be gentle than it is to choose to be harsh. And it's so much more just loving and kind just to be gentle to people. Because he shows me gentleness every day, and I'm like, I don't deserve that
Right.
at all.
Yeah, it's
At
true.
all. And yet he does it freely and willingly and eagerly and earnestly. He's gentle with us, so because he knows, he understands the struggle. You know what I'm saying? So
he's the ultimate shepherd.
Wow. I hate to cut us off, but we're out of time. Could probably do this for another hour, but we're out of time.
On that note,
right.
I want to ask you a random trivia question here that I did not prepare you for. Let's see how you do. This one's I think is kind of easy, although now that I've said that, it'd be perhaps a little shameful to get it wrong. But I didn't mean to.
Oh boy.
I didn't know it, so you know.
Really? Okay.
But I don't care. I don't care about stuff like this.
Of
anyway,
course,
go ahead.
of course. I don't. I guess that's a good point. I don't know if you're into politics at all. Here's the question: which United States vice president was born in your current hometown, Nashville? I'll say former because it's not the current. Which former United States vice president was born in Nashville?
United States vice president.
Not a trick question. I'm not talking about like the vice president of some company. The president of the United States. Not a trick question.
I know I'm going to get this wrong, and I don't even think he was a vice president, but Bill Frist.
I've never heard that name in my life. I'm sorry.
Anything coming out of Nashville has to go through the Frist first.
We have a nice party gift for you. No. The answer is actually Al Gore. Al Gore, born in Nashville. Yeah. The question actually, I changed it. The question I saw, I just Googled Nashville trivia and I saw that one. But the question was actually which U.S. vice president and environmentalist or something like that. I thought environmentalist.
Yeah, that would have given it away.
So I took that away. That took that off. The U.S. vice president. Yeah. So Al Gore, born in Nashville.
So Bill Frist, isn't there a Frist University down there?
Yeah, everything. If you want to know the hierarchy of Nashville, start with the Frists. They own HCA.
He's a senator.
Okay, he's a senator.
He was a senator.
So I feel like they were Belmont's rivals.
Frist University?
They had their hands in everything.
I remember when I was a student there, we were like, hell to those guys because they're.
No, I think you're thinking about. I don't think there was a Frist University. There's a Fisk University.
Oh, maybe
there is a Fisk.
I don't think
not
there's
in Nashville.
And that's an HBCU. It's an HBCU.
Mm-hmm.
No, that wouldn't it.
It's right down the street from TSU.
Oh, so it is in Nashville.
And Meharry.
Okay.
And Meharry.
Yeah, it is in Nashville. Yeah, I think you're thinking about Frisk, Claire.
Okay.
I mean Fisk, no R. Fisk.
Okay.
Fisk.
All right.
All right. Well, there you go. So we have. I think we've had one person get the trivia right so far, maybe two. So you're good company.
We're talking about Miss Al Gore, Bill Clinton's vice president.
Al Gore.
How could I do that?
Al Gore. I should maybe I because I usually look at the question like that's too easy and I'll change it somehow. Maybe I'll just leave it the way it is.
No, just ask them a question
so that people can get it right.
Obviously.
Not too easy. Everybody's getting it wrong. Like, I'm not making them too easy. It's the educator in me. I don't want to give away points.
Me who's Bill Clinton's vice president? I would have known that.
You would have known that one. I could have said here's a clue. The president he was under was from Arkansas. You would have got that.
Oh, I would absolutely.
Everybody knows where Clinton's from.
Okay, I feel better now.
Yeah. It was a problem with the question for sure.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah.
This was fantastic, Myla.
Wonderful.
This was fun, y'all. This was awesome.
Thank you for joining us and sharing and being open and honest and truthful. And wearing nice. I really like your earrings. They're nice.
They are nice.
Very
nice.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's it for us.
Great, y'all.
Yeah. Thank you so much, everybody, for watching, and we'll see you next time on Club PK.
Bye.
Peace.
Bye.